welcome to Just Kidding Films, and this is the Get to Know Me tag.
What is your name?
My name is Tiffany Del Real.
Why were you given that name?
I was given this name because when my mom was pregnant, my mom and dad, they both had an agreement. So my dad wanted to name me Tiffany over the jewelry store and like how beautiful diamonds and everything. He was saying like my daughter is gonna be a diamond and she's precious and I want to name her after Tiffany diamonds. And my mom, her due date was December 12th, I believe, which is Dia de Guadalupe. So it's the Virgin Mary's birthday or something like that in Mexico. And so because that was her due date, she wanted me to be named Guadalupe. So they had an agreement and they said, if she's born on December 12th, then we'll agree to name her Guadalupe. But if she's born on any other day, then we'll get to name her Tiffany. And thank goodness I was born 2 weeks early. So I got the name Tiffany.
What are your nicknames?
My nicknames, well, there's the infamous Chiquita that I had when I was in high school, which means like little girl in Spanish. There's Chiquita, there's Tortuguita, which was my nickname when I was like really like 4 or 5 years old. So, which means Tortuguita means little turtle girl, but it sounds better in Spanish, it's more endearing. And so my family, they gave me that nickname because they said I kind of looked like a cute little turtle when I was little. That was one. And then I had my sister, she always calls me Flaquita, which is skinny girl. Tiff is the nickname, I guess you can say, you know, shortened for Tiffany. I think those are all my nicknames.
When is your birth month and day?
November 29th. I am a Sagittarius.
How tall are you?
I am 5'4". I had always thought that I was 5'3", but then a few years ago, I realized I grew an inch, so now I'm 5'4".
What are you allergic to?
I'm allergic to nothing. I'm strong Mexican. No, I'm not allergic to anything. But recently though, I did find out that my skin is really sensitive, and so when I went to Hawaii, I feel like I'm allergic to seawater, like the salt water now, because it's been already 2 times consecutive that my skin touches the salt water and I get this crazy rash. So maybe I'm developing an allergy to salt water, I have no idea.
Do you have or have you had any body modifications like tattoos and piercings?
I have never had any tattoos, but I've had a few piercings in my lifetime. So I have, as of now, I have my belly button pierced, and I've had that since I was 13 years old. I was a rebel, and I really wanted to get a piercing, and my mom didn't know, and I got it behind her back when I went to visit my sister in Mexico. She took me to go get my belly button pierced, and 2 years later, when I was 15, the same sister took me to the same place to get my tongue pierced, and I had my tongue pierced for maybe like a year when I was 15, and I still kind of have that hole open. It's kind of weird, but I kind of still have my tongue pierced a little bit. I've had, so these, you know, the ear piercings were the very first piercings I got, which my mom pierced for me when I was a baby. And around that same rebellious time when I got my belly button pierced and my tongue pierced, I pierced my ears by myself. So I added 2 more piercings to each ear, which they're uneven. So like they're not where they should be, the piercings. But yeah, they're still open, so I never use them though, so I don't know, they're just there to just be there. I wish they would close so I could redo them and do them properly, but they're still there. I've had that, and I pierced my own nose before, and that was a failure, because at first, when I first pierced it, I pierced it too close to the edge on this side, and then I wanted to re-pierce it, so then I pierced it on this side, like more in the center, but then I wanted it back on this side. I don't know what I was thinking, but I pierced my nose like 4 or 5 times by myself. That was really brave, but yeah, I had this like weird thing with the pain that you would feel with piercings I kind of liked. I was a weird teenager.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I am a righty. I write with my right.
What is the story behind one of your scars?
So I have a scar on my thigh, which is kind of close to my knee. And when I first got that scar, I remember I was 5 years old, and I remember I was running up my house, and it was like kind of like steps, and the door that we had was kind of like a metal door, like in the corner. And I don't know how it happened, but I somehow like jammed my thigh, which was, at the time, it was like closer to my hip. But I guess since I grew, the scar moved closer to my knee, I don't know. But yeah, at that time, like I just ran up the stairs and I kind of jammed my thigh in the corner of that metal door, and it just created like a hole. Luckily I didn't get any stitches, but yeah, every time I look at this scar, I kind of look at how much I've grown since I first got it, which people think I'm crazy for, because they're like, stupid, how is your scar gonna move? But it's like, it makes sense, you know, you grow, your skin stretches, your scars can move, and this scar moves, and everyone thinks I'm crazy for it. But I know it moved, because I remember when I got it, it was higher up.
Is there anything weird on your body?
Yeah, I have a birthmark that kind of looks a little odd. I like to call it like an old school clue, which, like, you know those footprints? So it kind of looks like a footprint, but it's kind of smeared. So it's like a smeared footprint, old school clue. I have that on my thigh. I think it's kind of weird. It's a weird birthmark.
What is your most favorite thing about your body?
My most favorite thing about my body, I think I would say I really like my eyes. My eyes are my favorite part. Especially my eyelashes, because they're naturally curly and they're naturally long. And I mean, sometimes I get a lot of like jealousy from other girls, like, oh, you bitch, they're yours, they're really yours, I don't believe you. And I'm like over here pulling my eyelashes like, yes, I swear it's mine. I even had coworkers at my old job that they were just not believe me that they were my eyelashes, so I had to show up to work one day with no mascara, no makeup, to show them like, yes, they're mine, and I didn't curl them, I swear. But yeah, I had to prove to them, even though I know I shouldn't. It's like, if you don't believe me, who cares? But at that time, I cared that they believed me.
How many are in your immediate family? What is their relation to you?
Oh man, I have a ton of family. Okay, so just immediate, so which would be my parents and my siblings. So I have my mom, my stepdad, and 3 younger brothers with them. And then with my dad, I have my dad, 2 older sisters, a younger sister, and 2 younger brothers. And that's just with my dad. But with my mom and my dad, I'm the only child. So it's a lot of family. I'm a typical Mexican.
Who do you live with?
I live with Casey Chan, my man, my boyfriend, and my son, Isaac.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have 3 pets. I have 2 cats, Zoe and Maya, which is a boy and a girl, or male and female. And I recently just adopted / fostered Pixel, which was Gina's snake. But now she lives with us, and now we get to love her and have her part of our family. Yay.
What are your thoughts with your current living location or situation?
I really like it. I really like where we're currently living and the home that we live in. The only thing that I guess I would kind of complain about is that our neighbor / landlord is really, really loud. So he tends to like walk on his heels. And since we live kind of like our foundation is above ground and we have wood floor, we can hear everything, which is really annoying and really like, God, just stop walking on your heels at 3 in the morning. That's the only thing I would have to complain. Other than that though, I really love how spacious our home is. Like, you know, we have 2 bedrooms and our cats are really happy. They get to run up and down our really long hallway. And like the neighborhood itself, it's really safe, it's really quiet. Really happy here.
Are you single or taken?
I am taken. I'm in a relationship with Casey Chan, my man. I just like saying that, it rhymes.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't know. I don't think love. I mean, love is really strong to say. I think maybe you can have like an immediate attraction to someone, but to say love, to me, that's kind of, it's a pretty strong word to say, like love at first sight, without even getting to know the person at all, just by purely just looking. I don't know, it's hard for me to believe in.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Soulmates. That's another one that's kind of tricky. I don't know, I believe that, yeah, there is someone for everyone in this world, but I don't think it's just one person for that one person. I mean, I think you can connect with many people on different kinds of levels that you can be happy with, but just to have one person for another one person in this entire planet with the billions of people we have, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to believe.
Do you believe in kissing on the first date?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all situational. Like, if you really dig in the person and you guys really connect on that first date, I don't see anything wrong with kissing on the first date. I mean, unless you're, I guess the only thing I would say like would be like, don't kiss on the first date is if you're like really desperate and you're really trying to find someone to love you, or like, you know, it's just, it doesn't come from a good place, then I would say no, you know, don't kiss on the first date, because you're not really digging that person on an intimate level like that. You're probably not ready for a kiss on the first date. I think it's just situational.
Who should pay on the first date?
I guess, I don't know, I guess like, cause like a part of me is still very like traditional, where it's like it should be the guy, you know? But then another part of me, it's like, well, I mean, we're living in different times now, you know, there's equality and everything. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn. I don't know, I can't answer that one.
Who should make the first move?
I think it goes back to my being split again, but more of me is siding with the traditional side, only because being a female, you know, like we want, as a female, you know, I would want to feel like I'm wanted, and you know, that effort is being put in a little, and it shouldn't really come from me. But I mean, then there's that other side of me that says, well, if you really like the dude, then why are you gonna wait for him to make a move? Which actually kind of happened with Casey and I kind of made the first move a little bit. So I mean, I don't know, I guess it depends on the situation.
Do you like pursuing or being the one pursued?
I definitely like being the one pursued. I'm such a typical girl. Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to like be wanted, and like, you know, somebody's after you. It's nice. I would rather have that than for me to pursue someone. I've never actually full-on pursued anyone, so I wouldn't know how that feels.
Have you ever been caught masturbating?
No, I've never been caught masturbating, thank goodness. Never.
Do you kiss with your eyes closed?
If it's a passionate kiss and I'm really into it, yeah, I'll close my eyes. But the usual, just like, love you, goodbye, whatever. Like the just simple pecks, and yeah, I don't close my eyes for those. Cause it's just like, okay, bye, okay, bye. They're fast. Like I'm not gonna be like, okay, bye. That's too weird. You got time for that.
What would you instantly change about yourself if you could?
I guess I would say my confidence. I've been working like really hard on my confidence, and it's not just like, you know, it's like appearing to be very confident. It's just, it trickles down to everything else in life, my lack of confidence. So I really wish I could just immediately just snap my fingers and just have all the confidence in the world. But it's a work in progress. I'm working on it.
What makes you angry?
What makes me angry? Like real anger, like rage? I don't know. I guess Casey sometimes. He's the one that really makes my blood boil. He knows how to push the right buttons to really piss me off. I guess my answer would be Casey.
What motivates you to work hard?
My son, for sure. I try to work as hard as I can to give my son a life that I couldn't have when I was little. So I try really hard working for my son.
What is your favorite thing about your career?
Oh, my favorite thing? I think it would be the fact that I get to work with my bestest friends. That's my favorite thing about my career. It's never a dull moment. I love it.
What makes you laugh the hardest?
Having tickle fights with Casey and Isaac. That makes me laugh the hardest. I love it, and it's so fun, and we just, all three of us, we crack up, and we just love having tickle fights.
What makes you giggle?
I think anytime I'm filming with JK, regardless if it's Acid Feels, JK Party, or JK News, it makes me giggle all the time. I'm constantly like the laugh track of every video.
What makes you cry the easiest?
So this one I recently discovered about myself, which was me talking about my parents' divorce. Like, I've never in the past had so much emotion for that subject, but after filming how we met and, you know, just it coming up in conversations, I realize now that that kind of like strikes a chord with me, and that just makes me waterworks every time I talk about it.
What do you do to relax?
I guess just laying in bed with Casey and Isaac and watching a movie. That's my favorite thing to do to relax.
What are your 2 pet peeves?
I guess I would say loud chewing. Oh, I can't stand that. It's just like, it makes me even want to vomit sometimes when it's like super loud chewing. I can't stand that. My second biggest pet peeve, I guess, would be bad drivers. I hate that. Like, I get road rage within myself all the time. I'm like, God, you stupid driver. Why'd you make a left turn without signaling? God, you're dumb. Yeah, I hate bad driving.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I'm a little bit of both. I know that there's a term for it, but I can't remember. But sometimes, like, I guess it depends who I'm with. But a lot of the times, like, if it's someone new that I've never met before, and like they're really like loud people, I tend to like close up more, and I get to be more like of an introvert, like, oh no, don't talk to me, or I don't know. But then in other situations, like around my friends that I'm really comfortable with, I tend to be very extroverted. And yeah, I guess I'm a blend of both.
What is your favorite sport?
I have no favorite sport.
What was the last concert you went to?
The last concert I went to was Kanye West, 808 and Heartbreaks with Bart and Gio and Casey.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh man, such a simple question. It's so hard because I love so many movies. But I guess if I had to choose just one, I would say Cat in the Hat from the one that Mike Myers is in. That's my favorite. I know every single line.
What's your favorite TV show or online series?
God, that one's hard too. I love so many TV shows. I can't just choose one though. I love Game of Thrones so much. Everything about Game of Thrones. How I Met Your Mother, Friends. Oh, I can't choose. I can't choose just one. Just one of those 3.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is teal. I love it. It just rules my life.
What's your favorite song?
I think I'd say Europa from Carlos Santana.
What's your favorite food?
Oh man, I hate food. I guess I would say Mexican food.
What's your favorite season?
Oh, I love fall. Fall is my favorite. I love it so much because it's like cold, but then the sun is still really bright, and it's like, I love it. It's perfect.
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, my favorite holiday? I think it would be Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my favorite because you get to share, you know, around with your family, you get to eat good food, and it's really close to my birthday, and it's in fall, in the fall time. Just everything about just Thanksgiving time, and it's pumpkin everything, and I freaking love pumpkin everything, and I wish it would be year round, but it's not. It's only around Thanksgiving time. So yeah, Thanksgiving is my favorite.
What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote would be "No te limites," which is in Spanish. In English, it means "Don't limit yourself." And when I first heard this, I really loved it, and I used to have it on my MySpace and everything in Spanish, "No te limites," because I heard it in a reggaeton song when I was in high school because I was really into reggaeton. And once I heard it, I'm like, oh, it's so cool. Like, you know, don't limit yourself. Like, just go for it. It's like one of those, like, nothing is stopping you, you know? Just the only thing stopping you is yourself. So don't limit yourself. I don't know. I really like that quote.
Do you sing in the shower?
I do. I love singing in the shower. I especially love singing the Cure songs. I really like it.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear would be something bad happening to Isaac.
How would your friends describe you?
I think my friends would describe me as a quiet yet happy person. I think I would think that they would describe me as a timid, quiet, happy person. I don't know.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies include Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Just kidding. My hobbies, I guess I really like I don't know. I don't have like consistent hobbies. I guess things that I enjoy doing that would kind of be considered hobbies. I like to cut shirts up and like make cool shirts, which I haven't done in a long time. I guess you could say that's a hobby.
Do you collect anything?
I collect magnets. And my whole fridge is filled with magnets from around the world. I like to, everywhere I go and I visit, I like to buy a magnet just so I can keep a piece of that place with me. So yeah, I collect magnets.
What was your first job?
My first job ever in my life was a job in Mexico, and I worked at my uncle's tortas ahogadas restaurant. So I did prepping, like the meat prepping. And tortas ahogadas, it's a Mexican dish, which it's a bread with meat in it, and there's like all the ingredients I'm saying, it's in Spanish in my head, so I'm trying to translate. So the ingredients, it's like beans and meat, and so pretty much the reason why it's called ahogadas, which means drowned, is like you dip it, like you drown it in a special sauce that each different restaurant has their own recipe, their own way to do it, but they're really bomb, and they're from Guadalajara, so if you guys ever visit Guadalajara, make sure to always get tortas ahogadas. They're really bomb.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak 2 languages. I speak English y también hablo en español como ahorita estoy hablando.
Where is the strangest place you have peed?
Oh, I think the strangest place I've ever peed was in a trash can in my sister's bedroom. She and I, we got really drunk off tequila, and I was really young. I think I was like 13 or something. I was pretty young. And we got really buzzed. My grandma didn't know. She was sleeping in her room, and I really had to go pee, but my sister was so drunk that she was just like, just pee in the trash can. And at that time, I had like these high-waisted pants that had like 20 buttons, and I'm not even lying, there was like literally like 20 buttons. And so I was trying to like unbutton each one. I was like super drunk, and I'm like, I can't do it. She's like, just pee in there. So I sit on the trash can, which was like this tiny, like a little waste basket, you know? And so I ended up just sitting on it and just peeing, and my pants were all wet because I peed with my pants on, and it was the strangest thing I've ever peed on.
What's the most embarrassing thing your parents have ever caught you doing?
My mom caught me smoking weed once when I was a teenager and rebellious. Around the same time when I got my piercings and everything, yeah, she caught me smoking. She was so upset, and I was really embarrassed because I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I can't believe this is happening right now. And she wanted to take me to rehab, and she was just like, you have to go to rehab because you're addicted to marijuana. And I'm like, what? That's not even a real thing. And it was just this big old mess. Yeah, that was really embarrassing. I had to go through all that because then she told all my friends, and my friends were laughing at me like, haha, you got caught by your mom. It was really bad.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Bora Bora in French Polynesia. That's the one destination I've been dying to go since forever. I would like Google images of Bora Bora forever because I'm like, God, I wish I was there. Well, the reason why I really want to go there so bad is because the waters are beautiful. They have the over-the-water huts, which I found out over the years that there are other destinations in the world that have the over-the-water huts like that. But Bora Bora is it's literally in the middle of the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean. So it's like nothing else is around other than like little islands. But just to get there alone, I think that the plane ticket's like $3,000 or something crazier than that. But I don't know, just the fact that it's so exclusive and so beautiful, and like just, it's amazing. Have you guys ever seen the movie Couples Retreat? They actually filmed there, and because of the movie Couples Retreat, it's even more of a reason why I want to go there, because it's just, it's like heaven on earth. It's beautiful there. I really want to go there.
You just found out you have $1 million. What's the first thing you would buy?
A plane ticket to Bora Bora. That's exactly what I would do. No lie, like for real, that's the very first thing I would buy. I would buy a plane ticket to Bora Bora, and I would stay at the St. Regis hotel that they have there. And I would get the VIP hut and just invite all my friends.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Possibilities are endless. I don't know. I think I would want to be a pilot for a day. I've always wanted to fly a plane. That's been like one of my dreams as like a little girl. I want to grow up to be a pilot. So I would want to be like a co-pilot or something. Like, you know, something that would let me fly a plane but not have like everyone's lives in my hands. Something along that. That's what I would want to do.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think I could probably eat a Domino's pepperoni pizza for the rest of my life.
Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car?
I would totally rather ride a horse. Horses are so fun, and it's like an animal, and you can pet it and like connect with it like on a soul level, you know? I'd totally rather ride a horse.
What regular or famous person would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island?
I think I would want to be stranded with Bear, that one dude that is like a survival guy, because then for sure I know that I'll be alive. He will keep us alive because he knows like a whole bunch of like crazy ways to eat random stuff and still stay alive.
If money was not an issue, what would you do all day?
If money wasn't an issue, I think I would take a whole bunch of courses on like different things of like to learn. So for example, we'll do like blacksmithing or like glass blowing, or learn how to fly a plane, or I don't know. I would want to take a whole bunch of like lessons and like classes to learn things in life that you can, just cool stuff. I don't know. I would want to learn how to be a mechanic just so I can, like, you know, fix my own car. I would just stay around and just learn everything.
If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I would really want to go back to, it's not a specific date, but I would really like to go back to the era of like the 1920s with the whole like speakeasies and like the flappers and I don't know, just the fashion there, everything about that era I find like really interesting, and I would want to experience that on my own.
If you were ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you introduce?
I think I would get rid of, or it would be free education. I think it's really stupid that we have to pay for us to be educated in this country. It's so stupid. That would be the one thing, like for sure, immediately. Free education. We'll figure out how to pay the teachers and the schools some other way, but students shouldn't be paying for education.
If you could choose to stay a certain age forever, what age would it be?
I've thought about this so much, and it would be the age that I am right now at this moment, which is 25. 25 to me is like the perfect age, because then you're not too young to where you can't do anything, you can't even buy your own car or whatever, you can't even drink. You're not too young, right? But you're not also too old, and you're still like, it's just your prime. It's a prime age. The age 25 is just prime.
If you were immortal for a day, what would you do?
Oh man, that sounds like fun. I think I would want to, it's really weird, but I think I would want to experience how it feels to die in different ways. It's really morbid, but I think I would want to, like, I would want to know what it feels like to get shot, or like I would want to know what it feels like to get stabbed, or without like dying, you know? I think that'd be pretty cool.
If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to?
I really like my name. I grew to like it, but I guess if I had to change my name, I've been in a very recent Amelia mood. I would want that name. I really like that name. It just sounds so classy. It's like a lady. It's like Amelia. I don't know. I like it.
If you could meet anyone, living or dead, who would you meet?
Michael Jackson. I think it'd be really cool to meet the dude and ask him, you know, what was it like to be in the public's eye your entire life and be so talented and just be an amazing artist. I would want to get to know him.
If you could know the answer to any question besides what is the meaning of life, what would it be?
Or do aliens really exist?
If you could be any fictional character, who would you choose?
Superman. That'd be pretty cool. Have all those powers and fly. That'd be so cool to fly and like have X-ray vision and like laser vision. Yeah, for sure, Superman.
Have you ever had surgery?
I have had surgery, and I've had 2 surgeries. One of them, or the first one I've ever had, was a cesarean, which was a C-section to get Isaac out into this world. So I had a C-section, and I've also had my appendix taken out, which was 9 months after Isaac was born. So within that 1 year, I had 2 surgeries.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory would be going to the movies with my dad and my mom. It's not a specific moment, it's just overall, like, we used to always go to the movies and check out what was in theaters, and those are just really fond memories of, like, you know, bonding time with my parents.
Where was the last place you traveled?
The last place I traveled was Hawaii for Bart and Gio's wedding.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a whole bunch of things because I could never make up my mind. But the one that I really remember that I really wanted to be was a pilot. I really wanted to fly a plane.
What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
The first thing I ever learned how to cook was enchiladas. My mom taught me how to make enchiladas. But now if I try to make them to this day, I forgot. I haven't cooked in so long. I probably can't make enchiladas anymore.
What is the best gift you have been given?
Best gift I've ever been given? I think I would have to say it was my very first Tiffany & Company item I've ever received, which was from Casey, and it was awesome because he bought it for me when we went to New York at the flagship store of Tiffany & Company. Those earrings mean a lot to me. He gave me earrings, by the way.
What is the worst gift you have received?
I don't know, because I view gifts as like something that, you know, the person thought about you and they gave to you. So even if it's not the best gift, like, I still cherish those gifts. So even if it's like, if somebody would gift me like a bag of shit, I would still be like, oh, thank you, you know, you thought of me. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I can't think of the worst gift I've ever received because I don't think I've ever viewed any of my gifts as bad.
Have you ever worn the same underwear for more than 2 days in a row?
Yes, for sure I have. I mean, anybody has. Just kidding. No, I have. There's been a few times where, you know, it's laundry emergency, and, you know, you just gotta recycle your underwear for another day. It's no big deal. You just turn them inside out. That's pretty gross.
Have you ever re-gifted something that you received as a gift?
I have. I re-gifted gifts, or a gift that I've received, because the only reason why I re-gifted that though was because once I received that item, my friend was like, oh my god, I've always wanted one of those, and I'm like, well, I'm never gonna use it, so do you want it? And then I even asked the person who gifted it to me, I asked them like, hey, would you be bothered if I gave them this, because you gave it to me, like, would it bother you or whatever? And I got the approval from the person who gave it to me, so I was able to re-gift it without feeling guilty. So yeah, I have.
Have you ever shit in your pants?
Thank goodness I have never shit in my pants. I mean, you're a baby, but that doesn't count. As an adult or a teenager, or, you know, since I've been potty trained, no, I haven't shit my pants. That I can remember.
What are you currently listening to?
Currently I've been listening to a lot of Banks, which is this new artist. It's a female artist, and she has some really cool songs, and I've been digging her album recently.
What are 5 things you do every single day?
So I brush my teeth every day. I get dressed. I check emails. I check for news articles for JK News every single day. And I check social media every single day.
Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without?
I cannot go a single day without my phone. Yeah, my phone is really important in my life.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
I can get ready in like 20 minutes. I think I can get ready faster than that, but I guess, like, you know, an average time, 20 minutes.
What kitchen appliance do you use every day?
I don't think there's a single one, because there are a lot of days in the week that I don't even step foot in the kitchen, so none.
What's one item you always have in your fridge?
I always have to have Pepto-Bismol. I always have to have a Pepto-Bismol in there because you never know, you know. Diarrhea, heartburn, indigestion. You never know when it's gonna come, so it's always good to have in your fridge.
What sound do you love?
I love the sound of waves. Waves just crashing on the shore. It's just so soothing. I like it.
Do you want children one day?
I have a child, but if I would want more children in the future, yeah, I'm open to that.
Do you want to be married one day?
Well, if I'm open to having more kids, then yeah, I would definitely want to be married before I have any more kids. So yeah, I would like to be married one day.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself hopefully, you know, married with a kid in our own house that we own, Casey and I, and still working with JK and having our personal channel grow. That's where I see ourselves, or myself in five years.
What is one thing you'll never do again?
I will never again drink orange juice right after I brush my teeth. Never. It's just, I will never again do that. Well, the reason why I would never do that again is because it just tastes really gross. It's like the most disgusting taste I have ever tasted in my life. I guess if you've never experienced it, you should, you know, just once in your life, just experience, brush your teeth, drink some orange juice and be like, ugh, that's what she's talking about. Then you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's pretty much like a minty, orangey flavor, and that's not a good combination.
What is one thing you'll never stop doing?
I'll never stop loving my baby boy, Isaac, my son. I'll forever love him. I don't think there's one thing he can ever do to me that will ever make me stop loving him. Well guys, thanks for getting to know me. Now I'm gonna be tagging Brandon Choi next. B Choi, you're up. Bye. And if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe because we pump out a whole bunch of cool videos for you guys. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and write in the comments down below, love you Tiff, yay. And if you guys haven't seen our How We Met series, you can check it out right over here. This one was Josh's. His story is really cool, go check it out, he's awesome.